Let's stay in KwaZulu-Natal because the Democratic Alliance is gearing up for what they call a landmark ready-to-govern summit ahead of the May elections. With the prospects of the DA contributing to the new provincial government, the summit's theme is, what can we learn from other governments to drive excellence? According to some, it underscores their preparation to address KZN's challenges and create an inclusive province. For more on this, let's turn to Mlondi Radebe, who's part of our team watching the lead up to the start of the summit and joins us now live. And Mlondi, I wonder if you've been able to glean some of the key strategies that the DA will be discussing today in order to ensure that they contribute to this smooth transition into governance, as they say.
You'd remember that the province of KwaZulu-Natal, the Democratic Alliance is basically also aiming that they will be part of the government after the general elections, but they are gearing up to make sure that when they are part of that government, they will be able to tackle most of the challenges that are faced by the residents of KwaZulu-Natal. But next to me is the premier candidate of the Democratic Alliance in KwaZulu-Natal, Pappas, who will briefly tell us about the aims of the DA in this province, especially during this time as they are sitting in this summit. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. Briefly about the aims of the Democratic Alliance in trying to make sure that the residents of KwaZulu-Natal get the government they want.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So as you will be aware, there are only two political parties in this country who govern provinces, that being the DA in the Western Cape and the ANC in the other 8 provinces. What this summit aims to do is to bring together expertise as well as learned experiences from across the country to start to prepare the DA to take over government on the 29th of May. So we're not only about putting a manifesto forward, we're also about training and educating our public representatives to take over government once we get in. Now, we have 7 key priorities that we focus on, but the most important out of all of these is jobs and a growing economy. We know that we have a huge joblessness and unemployment problem in this province, and to get the economy going again, we need to be able to stimulate that, specifically in our key sectors such as agriculture, tourism, transport, logistics, and energy. But on top of that, we can't fix the economy if we're not looking at energy, water, as well as crime, which are the fundamental bedrocks of getting our province moving again. The 2 key competencies of our province, which are healthcare and education, must also form the core of revitalizing KZN and rescuing what we have. So this platform today is to get everyone on board with the actual plans, to get everyone on board with the blueprint, the step-by-step process that what we need to do once we get into government.
Someone will ask, who are the key speakers for this summit today and why?
Sure. So we have Premier Alan Winde from the Western Cape. I mean, he is the leader of government in that particular province and will be sharing some learned experiences. He was going to be here today, but unfortunately he'll be joining us live due to the storms that we've seen in the Western Cape. Who we also have is Dr. Mbombo, who is the MEC for Health in that province. A key crucial thing is to make sure that our population is healthy and that people are actually looked after in this province. On top of that, myself as the Premier candidate, I will be speaking, as well as my experience from running the first DA-run municipality in this province, and a number then of key other speakers who will be unpacking and sharing their experiences.
So the program is just a one-day summit that is going to be tackling all these things?
Yes. So the most important thing is sharing experiences from where we are in government. Now, the important thing is that we don't want to repeat mistakes. We don't want to have to burn our fingers or learn the hard way. There's far too much, and there's an urgency in getting our province fixed and getting things moving again. For us to be able to overcome those, we want to learn from people who have done it well. Now, we know that the lowest unemployment in the country is in the Western Cape. It's almost 20% lower than in this particular province. The number of foreign direct investment into that province, there's a number of key indicators that we want to benchmark on. Now, obviously, KwaZulu-Natal is not the Western Cape, and we have our own unique experiences and challenges in this province. So be able to pool together the resources from across the province, public representatives who are working hard on the ground, to then refine our plan for when we take over on the 29th of May.
We understand that the Democratic Alliance doesn't have the numbers so far when it comes to the province of KwaZulu-Natal. They are not the opposition party, but how are you guys planning to make sure that you are part of the government? Is it because of the charter?
Yes, the charter is one mechanism, but we also have to grow ourselves. We also have to do well, reaching new communities, reaching new parts of the province, making sure that old voters feel comfortable with the DA. So there's a number of things that we have to do. But I think the important thing is that in KZN there'll be no party with 50% or an outright majority. You're going to have 4 or 5 political parties with somewhere between 20 and 30%, and those parties then have to form the core of a new government. And what we're aiming to do as the DA is be the largest party in whatever coalition emerges after the election.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
There was Chris Pappas, the DA, a premier candidate in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Back to you in studio.
Right, Mlondi Radebe, thanks very much indeed for that. An important story, I suppose, given the type of year we're facing. Mlondi is live to us there from Durban.